What is up, guys? I'm back here again with another one. In this video, I'll be sharing the method I use to find high probability trades. Please note, it has come to my attention that there is a TikTok account posting some of my work, claiming to be me. Be advised that my only active social media platform is Instagram. You can find the link to my Instagram channel in the description of this video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Please note, any information herein is not intended, nor does it constitute financial, tax, legal, investment, or any other advice.
Now, moving on to V25, if we head over to the higher time frames, basically the monthly, what we can all attest to is that the monthly candle is selling. And I actually think that the sell momentum is quite sustainable, actually. Reason is that I would say that this whole period here was a high and we just created a lower high and we're now pushing to the downside. I know another person might be saying, what about this? We had a low here and this was like a higher low. Doesn't this mean that we're going up? It could be, but for now I'm concentrating on sell moves because this month we're selling. And you must understand, as a trader, once again, if we're trying to take a trade either today, tomorrow, or sometime this week, we want to utilize the momentum that's available. We don't need to be speculative and say stuff like, of course, this is an uptrend and maybe we want to reject here and then we're going to go up. All of that could be correct, but do you not see that this is the monthly time frame? And why not just take advantage of what's going on right now? And it's that monthly sell pressure that I would want to cater for. Okay. Now moving on to the weekly time frame. What do we have? We have a scenario whereby for the past 3 weeks, the market has been showing sell side sentiment. All right. And so obviously, what this will mean is that once again, you're looking for sell positions. And so if that's the case, what I would then do is I will mark the opposing move. Okay. Simple as that. The opposing move. What do I mean by the opposing move? It's essentially the movement that's barring my sell movement. Because I'm selling like this past demand will obviously try to prohibit it, okay? So in here, there's also ceilings because when the market was pushing to the upside, it would create a ceiling, then break, create a ceiling, then break, create a ceiling, then break. Now, those ceilings are going to be more evident as you scale down. Now, heading over to the daily time frame, this is what we have. That movement is what I want to pay attention to in terms of ceilings in relation to where price currently is. See, the thing is, even if there was a ceiling that's all the way there, it's good for your knowledge and for your backtest and to practice, but it's irrelevant. I'm on the daily time frame right now. The market is somewhere around here. So I need ceilings that are in and around where the market is. That's how I can actually essentially make things more relatable, or should I say more relative to what you're trying to do. Okay, so now if I scale down, let's go maybe to the H12 time frame. We're just looking for anything that we can call a ceiling, really. There's one over here. You can see when the market was pushing up, we got there and we saw it, and then we ended up breaking. And I hope you can see that as the market was pushing down, we got there and we're even failing to close above that line, false breakout above that line. And it's this past ceiling that's being respected. Okay, so now the scenario at hand is that we have this ceiling here and the market has seemingly broken below it. Okay. And so this is the H12 candle. And so I would want to actually pay attention to if there's a retracement or if the market can come in here, is there opportunities for sales? I would need to also see if there's stuff that makes sense on the lower time frame in terms of maybe a nice supply zone, maybe an opportunity for a channel. There's just many things to consider. Now being on the H4 time frame, I see this scenario. This is borderline like a consolidative state. We had an impulsive move. We're in a consolidative state right now. And I'm sure when that consolidative state is done, the market will push to the downside. Remember, I said to you, when the market is going down, the intentional movements will be impulsively to the downside. So you get the impulsive, which is the intentional movement, then you get the corrective leg, non-intentional, and then you always get those impulsive moves. So right now I would say we're currently sitting in a consolidative state. It's definitely a frustrating type of state to trade in, but that's the situation at hand. And just for that clarity, you can see we had that impulsive move, correction, impulsive move, correction, or whatever, the impulsive move will then come. That's when the market is pushing down. If it's going up, you get impulse, correction, impulse, correction, and you can see it here, right? Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, until the movement to the upside ends. So these are what they call phases of the market, and it's important because it shows you the intentionality. What is the market actually doing? So the fact that the impulses are lining up to the downside shows you that sell sentiment that we picked up on the weekly and the monthly. And it actually essentially shows you that if you want to tilt the probability in your favor, you want to look for sell positions. Okay. So we have this past ceiling here, and this is the situation at hand. So, the question would obviously be, is there an opportunity to make a zone out of there? And in all honesty, as much as it's somewhat highly probable, I am of the opinion that the market could want to push higher. So what that means is that I would want to investigate if there are other ceilings, as we scale down, remember the ceilings also become clearer. So right now we're on the H4 and there's this one, but that doesn't mean somewhere here there's nothing at all, right? Because the market could want to then go and retrace to there and then react to that. Okay. So now moving on to the H3 time frame, what's there? There's a really nice one that I think I would actually want to bank on. Let me just grab this line over here. Just might be a bit too far away. Okay. But after that impulsive leg, we're correcting and there's such a strong ceiling there. The question then becomes, is this not maybe an opportunity where after this whole consolidator state, maybe we get a strong demand and then we can come and look for sell positions. It's something that could happen, but one would need to investigate, especially given the fact that for all these days, this market has been going down. If I'm to look at that weekly scenario, this is what we have. So in all honesty, I think it's a possibility that we could go back there. So why am I saying that? If I go back to this weekly time frame, the last week's candle wicked into that area. This week is very new, and one should not be fooled by this sell momentum right now. It can very well start rejecting and end up there, and then leave a long wick by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then start pushing to the downside. This is why I would actually want to utilize that zone as much as it's a bit far away. I think it's a good zone in terms of safety, to want to look for my trades. So this is my key point of interest for V25 on the H4 time frame. This is what I'm sitting on. There's that ceiling over there. There's a nice selling order block. We have a break of structure here. You can clearly see this impulsive movement broke structure to when the movement was pushing to the downside. So essentially, I would want to have my key point of interest there, and this would be my speculated TP area, always at the end of the arrow, just to somewhere around here. This is where I'm looking to take trades on V25. Simple as that.
Have it, guys. I always say, for one to develop an eye for these things, it's key to consistently backtest. If you like what you see, feel free to contact me for the list of my services. You can find my contact details in the description of this video. Until next time, ciao.